Austal Limited is a global shipbuilder and defense prime contractor, known for designing and constructing high-performance vessels for navies and commercial operators worldwide. Its US subsidiary, Austal USA, is a key player in this field, with major contracts to build ships for the US Navy, including the littoral combat ships. But between 2013 and 2016, Austal USA embarked on a treacherous course. The company was building these complex ships, but costs were rising far beyond what they had projected. To hide these ballooning expenses and meet their public financial targets, a group of executives orchestrated a deliberate fraud. They systematically manipulated a key accounting metric called Estimate at Completion or EAC by using false, fraudulent numbers to hide the true cost of their project. This deception allowed the parent company, Austal Limited, to prematurely report inflated profits, misleading investors, and artificially propping up its stock price. The fraud went undetected for years, but when the truth finally came to light, it led to a devastating financial collapse. The company was forced to write down over $100 million and its stock price plummeted. The consequences were swift and severe. The US Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commission brought charge against Austal. The company pleaded guilty to securities fraud and obstruction of a federal audit, agreeing to a $24 million penalty. Meanwhile, the executives at the heart of the scheme were indicted, facing personal charges for their roles in the conspiracy. This case serves as a powerful and chilling reminder of the catastrophic cost of corporate greed and the ultimate importance of integrity in business. The Chief Financial Officer. The CFO is the architect of the company's financial reporting. His credibility is on the line, and he must now answer for how these false figures pass through his department. The Legal Counsel. His role is to protect the company from legal repercussion. He is the voice of reason and reality, a master of facts and regulations. Today, he must navigate a legal minefield, advising the board on how to survive a looming assault from federal agencies and angry shareholders. This is the head of the Audit Committee. His committee is specifically responsible for overseeing the financial reporting. He feels a sense of personal betrayal, as the very system he was entrusted to monitor have been compromised. The Finance Expert. This director's sharp analytical skills often expose inconsistencies in the numbers. Today, he is not just an advisor, he's a detective who can see exactly how the financial metrics were manipulated and how deep the deception runs. The Operation Expert. With a deep understanding of the company's day-to-day business, he knows that the fraud is not just about money. It's about the quality of the product and the impact on the company's core mission. His concern is for the integrity of their work and their contracts. The Investor Relations Specialist. He is the face of the company to the public and its investor. His main concern is the public narrative and managing the fallout from a catastrophic stock price drop. He represents the voice of the angry, betrayed shareholders. The Compliance Officer. A fraud case represents a complete failure of his department, but instead of being defeated, he sees a clear path to rebuilding. He is the one who will propose the concrete steps to create a system that is immune to future corruption. The Veteran Director. With decades of experience on the board, he represents the company's past and its legacy. He's seen ups and downs, but never a deliberate betrayal of this magnitude. He feels a deep personal shame and betrayal from those he trusted. The Skeptic. While others were blinded by the company's success, this director was always suspicious. He represents the small, nagging doubts that were dismissed by management. Today, his I told you so moment is a grim satisfaction in the face of disaster. In this room, the thousands of lives will be affected by the Austals, our company's decision. We always believed the honesty was our greatest, but we were miscalculated. The fraud did not just happen, it was hidden from us.
Have a seat, guys. We don't have much time. Let's start our meeting.
And now, I, Fahim Irfan, the leader, the chief, and chairperson to conduct the meeting. And I will be the one to tell the world we were betrayed.
Thank you all for joining. This is not a drill. We are here because of an emergency that threatens the very existence of this company. Legal counsel, please don't spare us any of the ugly details.
Our external auditors have uncovered not just irregularities, but a coordinated fraud scheme at Austal, USA. For years, executive deliberately manipulated our estimated at completion figures on the littoral combat ship program. They used what they call program challenges false, fabricated numbers to hide tens of millions of dollars in rising costs.
Fabricated? They lie to us. My committee reviewed every one of those reports. We were shown beautiful projection, growing forecast, while they were allegedly passing around fraudulent number on sticky notes to evade an audit trail. It's a disgrace.
That's consistent with the preliminary finding. Yes, the executive, including Percival, Rankel, and Adams, allegedly went to great lengths to conceal the fraud from auditors, investors, and the board.
This is outrageous. We were all given the same reports from the US subsidiaries. We act on the information that we were given. How could we have known that they were subverting the entire accounting process?
Don't hide behind a mountain spreadsheet, John. I warned you about the red flags. The numbers were too clean. Cost growth on a major contract suddenly vanished. You dismissed my question as being overly cautious. This wasn't caution. It was a desperate plea for a reality check that you ignored.
I take offense at that. I trust a report from a division that was until this morning considered our most profitable. The most profitable, but at what cost? My people on the floor were telling me that they were short on materials, that labor hours were through the roof, and that the ship were a nightmare to build. We were sacrificing quality for an impossible schedule. This fraud was not just on paper, it was built into the very hulls of those ships. Do you have any idea what this does to our reputation with the Navy? No. We are not just losing our money, we are losing their trust.
Let's be very clear about the stakes here. Legal counsel, what are the potential consequences? Don't hold back.
The DOJ and the SEC have already initiated an action. We face massive fines, criminal charges against the company, and investigation into the personal culpability of every one of us here. This is not a matter of slap on the wrist. This is a public execution. Our stock is already in a free fall. When this news breaks in full, it will be a bloodbath.
Sorry to interrupt. A bloodbath is an understatement. We'll be facing a torrent of shareholder lawsuits. Let's see the graph here. Our people bought our stocks, invested their life savings based on our falsified annual report. We have a duty to them, a legal and moral obligation that we have failed.
I hate to say this. I told you so, but here we are. I had a feeling our so-called success was a house of cards. What shocks me is the sheer audacity. Using program challenges as a cover is the kind of thing you read about in a textbook on corporate malfeasance. And to use it to secure a defense contract with the US Navy is beyond reckless. It's a betrayal of national trust.
I have been on this boat for 20 years. I have seen us through recession, market, downturns, even a failed contract. But I've never, ever seen anything this calculated, this malicious. 3 individuals whom we trusted with the future of this company have put us all in a position where we could lose everything. Not just our job, but our reputations, our legacy, I feel personally betrayed.
The feeling is shared, but now is not the time for sentiment. Now is the time for action. Legal counsel, what are the immediate non-negotiable steps we must take? We are done talking. Now we act.
We must terminate the implicated executive immediately. We must issue a public statement admitting fault and outlining our full cooperation with all government agencies. We must brace ourselves for the public fallouts, and we must secure the asset of the company to prepare for what will be painful, expensive settlement.
We need to go further than a simple settlement. We need to prevent this from ever happening again. My department has prepared a list of immediate concrete actions.
Can you read them?
First, we will establish a completely independent third-party oversight committee. They will report directly to this board, not to management. Their sole purpose will be to audit every major projects, EAC, and cost reporting in real time. Second, we will implement a new whistleblower protection program with a direct, anonymous line to the audit committee. We will incentivize integrity, not just profitability. Third and lastly, we will mandate a company-wide ethics training program led by an external firm to retrain every single employee on the importance of honest reporting. That's all.
I agree. This is our moment of reckoning. We will face this head on. This is not just a message to our employees. It is a promise to our client, our investors, and the government. We will issue a statement tonight outlining these very actions. Legal counsel, get the press release drafted. Compliance officer, you have the full support of this board to lead this overhaul. One final thought, this was not a victimless crime. The real victims are the honest employees who work tirelessly and the investors who believe in us. We have to remember that this is not just about the numbers, it's about the people. This is how we begin to fix our legacy. We have a long night ahead of us. The meeting is adjourned.